Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So doing some more GvG Arena, having a blast, and I've been getting pretty good results recently. I did get 12 wins with a particular Warlock deck. Actually, I think it's the only other time I drafted a Warlock as opposed to what came up in yesterday's video with Floating Watcher. Well, this time around I ended up getting 12 wins, and it wasn't anything too spectacular of a deck. It had a lot of 1-ups. It's not really the traditional, well, how many fireballs did you have? How many flame strikes did you have type of query. There's a lot of 1-ups, and I got a chance to play with some cards I hadn't played around with before, and I want to talk about that. I want to show you guys just in general what the draft was like. I will have the drafting process right after I finish talking here, and you guys can kind of understand what it takes to get 12 wins in Arena right now. So, first card that I got a chance to play with for the first time today in this deck is the Fell Cannon. It's 4 for a 3/5. I did talk about this card and that it seemed pretty good depending on, how the meta worked, all that kind of stuff. I talked about Arena that I wasn't too sure on how it worked because I didn't really know how many mechs would really be involved in the draft. And in general, after playing GvG Arena for as long as I have, about 30 hours now, it's actually safe to assume that you'll have like 4 or 5 mech creatures in most of your decks, just because some of the cards are pretty good. Like you get Harvest Golem, you get the Shredders, a lot of cool stuff that are just happen to be mechs. So the Fell Cannon ends up being a card where if you're behind and you get a chance to lay down a 4-drop and it can snipe a 2 health minion, it's pretty ridiculous. It's basically like a super good Keeper of the Grove, because you have to keep in mind that even though it can damage your own units if they're not mechs, you engineer it so you don't play it then. So it's really fine. You play it if it snipes one of your opponents, or you play it if you're monstrously ahead, or you play it if your other creatures are mechs, or this card is in your deck and you save a mech or two that you don't have to play a turn, and you play this with your other mech to snipe the opponent's creatures. And what ends up happening is it's a super, super valuable card, and your opponents panic like crazy because, they have to kill this card. This is kind of like a must-kill card. So it's kind of like Ascension. You get the free damage. The stats are great. The turnaround is awesome. So overall, I'm very pleased with this card. It's not quite as game-breaking as like Floating Watcher in yesterday's review, but it's still a very, very powerful Warlock card. And then I got a chance to draft Demon Heart. As you'll see in the draft, there were other pretty decent options among Demon Heart, but I went with it because I never got a chance to play it. In terms of dealing 5 damage to a minion, I think I only used it once to kill off a taunt when I had an opportunity to kill my opponent. And as for the plus 5/5 buff, that did kind of work because the deck that I drafted had a few pretty big demons, and the 5 plus 5/5 basically King's effect was pretty useful. So pretty situational card, but it worked out. It was never really a dead card in hand. So as far as Epic goes, maybe a bit mediocre, but still okay. Another card I got to draft is the Foe Reaper 4000, and people have been going crazy over this card. Like, oh my god, this card is so ridiculously overpowered. And it is pretty cool because it makes it so you prevent your opponent from playing small creatures, because when there's a small creature next to a big creature, well, you hit the small creature and then it hits the big creature beside it for 6 damage. So this card was pretty damn broken. It's pretty lucky to get a Legendary Arena, as I really haven't had much opportunity to do that recently. But, it worked out. I'd say this card was not really the superstar of any match. It was just kind of like a big dude. Honestly, I think the deck would have performed exactly the same if this card was a... oh man, what's that thing called? The 7/7 Divine Shield taunt, the something tank max. Yeah, that one. Which is also, kind of just some big dude that people are really, really scared of most of the time. So, I don't know. I think a lot of these like really big legendaries that some people think are super, super crazy, I'm starting to see that they're just stats. And it doesn't really matter if it's like a 6/9 or an 8/8 or that. It's just the big dudes. The big dudes in the deck in Arena. It's not too relevant. This is no Ragnaros. This is no Ysera. It's just a big dude. So I like the big dudes, but yeah, I didn't really carry or anything like that. So overall, I did want to end with a few thoughts. I do think Mage is still on top of the Arena bracket. I don't think Mage is actually separated further from the pack, as some people seem to indicate. Some people think Mage is even more ridiculous in Arena, but you have to keep in mind, like, all the classes were buffed, and I actually think the most powerful cards that the Mage has are actually still the base cards. So, like, Fireball, Polymorph, Flamestrike, those are still, like, the most ridiculous cards, and because you're going to get less of those, because there's much more cards in the card pool, Mage is actually comparatively nerfed to the other classes, though not enough so. It's still number one, but I do have to say that I do believe Warlock and possibly Priest are quite close. So we'll see how it goes. I'll be doing a lot more testing in Arena and let you guys know all the fun things that happen, all the ideas that pop up in my head about that. But for now, enjoy the draft. Enjoy. It's not the last game in the sequence. It's not the one that I did win to get 12 wins with the Warlock deck. It's just a cool game. I thought it was more interesting than the rest. Had some cool dynamics and very tough decisions. And, well, because it wasn't the last game, maybe I didn't win. Enjoy. Let's do a Warlock. I had a pretty good run with Warlock yesterday. Doomguard right off the bat. I'm game for that. Go Mortal Coil. Organ's good 1-drop. Trog is like acceptable 2-drop. I'm gonna try this Fell Cannon shit. Foe Reaper 4000. Sign me up. Oh man, I really want Dread Infernal, but Zombie Chow is super strong. Okay, I'll go Dread Infernal. Take a Faceless. I got Foe Reaper, right? Floating Watcher, yes please. Demon Heart or Mini Mage? Mini Mage dies to my own Dread Infernal, so let's try Demon Heart. Flame Imp, Auto Pick, Earthen Rings, good. I already have a couple of 1-drops, so maybe I'll go Dark Bomb. Nah, fuck it. 1-drops are sick. There, I'll go Dark Bomb. Decent 5. Shredder. Crappy 2-drop. Silver Hand again, okay. Force Tank Max. Vile Teacher's alright. Boulder Fist's alright. I kind of want some more early game. I don't know if Demon Fire is really the way to go here. I think maybe Raptor over Frost Elemental. Nah, let's just go Frost Elemental. I'll go Demon Fire there. Amani. Shattered Sun over Bomber. Do I go Ghoul or Hellfire? Hellfire kills off most of my creatures, but it's a comeback mechanic. Need spells for the teacher? Yeah, but Hellfire doesn't really work with that. Harvest Golem's okay. Ooh, Void Caller. That's really good. Let's go Spectral Knight. MC Tech or Shadow Flame, they both kind of do the same. I don't have very many high attack cheap creatures, so Shadow Flame is a little bit bad. Let's go with the MC Tech instead. This deck is pretty cool. It's a pretty slowish Warlock deck, but it's got some cool cards that I haven't played with before. Fail Cannon. Looked pretty cool to me. Let's just keep all the early game, because their deck is fairly balanced. So if we get rid of the early game stuff and draw into late, we'll be good. Sure, it looks like Tabard of August Celestials. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But okay. Sounds cool. That's an interesting card. This should be... I don't care if he heals.
Is someone injured?
Still don't care if he heals.
The damned stand ready. First kill.
We're gonna have some fun.
A paltry task.
Actually, I'm gonna tap. I can do 29 damage next turn. Tap last. There's no way I was making any other play, so. Oh, does he have death? Damn. Okay, we got a little bit of a bummer. I don't really want to give him a Flame Imp because it might be a good excuse to Holy Nova or Shadow Madness. Top deck freeze. Holy Smite. Holy Smite. The issue here is he might have mind control. I don't actually know what to do against mind control. Temple Enforcer. You gotta be fucking joking.
Cleanse the Sunwell.
We get the guns. Just don't top deck mind control.
Ready, sir.
Okay.
Repairs available.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one.
Pay attention, class.
My eyes are open.
Your magic shall not save
How much damage do I have? 5, 10, 14, 17. No, I want Immortal Coil players. Damn.
Push forward. As you say.
Instruction begins.
This is a good play because it's really tempting to mind control. And if he has mind control, I just kill him with a Dark Bomb. Good try. Nice top deck. Get fucked.
Instruction begins.
Alright. 8-1. Still going.